Hey there, it's Shadow Penguin, and welcome back to my first episode of my Skyrim Special Edition playthrough. Now, as you may know from my last build, I picked up Skyrim Special Edition, and I was very happy. You could hear from my voice, I was incredibly happy with how it looked. It just looked absolutely beautiful. So I decided to do something that I have tried to do before on this channel with a fairly high degree of success, a playthrough. But this isn't simply a Dark Brotherhood playthrough. This is a playthrough of the game. I'm not going to do all of the factions, but I'm going to do the ones that tickle my fancy. And right now we're going to go and start the Thieves Guild questline, because being a sort of a sneaky thiefy character, that's going to be the first one that I undertake. Right now I'm playing on legendary difficulty, and I'm attempting the rat way at level 1, and considering I can barely do any damage to anyone here, I decided to enlist the help of a follower who I picked up in the Bee and Barb in Riften. So he's going to help me a lot, so he can actually engage them while I pick them off from afar with my arrows. Now, sorry if I sound a bit lispy in this episode. I woke up with a very swollen lip today, and I still have absolutely no idea how that happened. I think I must have sort of got into a fight with someone while I was sleeping or something, because I just woke up with a really sort of swollen lip that's got gradually better as the days progressed. So I think it's just one of life's mysteries, maybe. I have absolutely no idea how that happened. So we're very much struggling at this point to take these guys. Fortunately, we have our friendly spellcaster here who's actually taking the brunt of the damage and is actually now being engaged. What's very important in this sort of situation is to make sure that it's your follower who engages the enemy, otherwise you're going to die. You can see he's actually probably doing most of the damage here. I'm just sort of knocking the dust off his shoulders with my arrows here. So I put it up into legendary for the time being. I may move it down if things just get a bit too irritating, but I thought we may as well start on legendary just for now, and see how it goes. So you can see there we brought him to his knees, and it's going to take, oh no, he's actually got back up now, so it's going to take a few more arrows past this point, and as you can see it's just there finally. Even when he had a sliver of health, it still took a while there. So now we're going to move on through the rat way. We're going to come across this slightly sort of angry lowlife lady, and even though she is a lowlife and we are a Khajiit mercenary, and actually what I forgot to mention is that we're using the alternate start mod. So I started off as a Khajiit caravan guard. However, what this does mean using mods is that I don't actually get any achievements, which is a bit irritating. But I don't really care about achievements. I've already played through the game twice. I've already played through the game on 2 platforms, PC and Xbox 360. So achievements don't really bother me at this point. So I just decided to use alternate start and immersive armors. I think it was just quick saving here because this enemy is well, she's a lot tougher than what we could handle on our own. But hopefully with our friendly spellcaster follower here, whose name escapes me, things should be a lot simpler. So she's actually detected us now. So there we are. So we're hidden. So what we're going to do is we're going to be very sneaky about this. We're going to wait until she moves off, and then that's when we're going to move forward and see what we can do. Going into third person just so we have more awareness here. So she's actually going to start to move back off there. So we're now going to fire the bow, make sure we don't miss. Now we're going to get into this corner right here. Generally they find it more difficult to detect your followers for some reason, and this guy seems to be quite stealthy despite the fact that he's a mage. So that should not pose too much of an issue. So now we're following down the corridor. We got off another shot on her, I believe. So now she's starting to come back. We're just gonna slow. Oh no, we missed there, I think. So now we're gonna try and wear her down a bit. Yeah, there we go. Another sneak attack. And now hopefully either she sees us. Ooh, that is so close. And this is made a lot more tense by the fact that if she saw us, we would just die, because even though she's a slightly she's probably a drug addict, and she just has a rusty old iron battle axe, we're still no match for her, because of course legendary difficulty, which is incredibly difficult. So we're just going to quick save again, because you cannot take too many risks. This isn't Bad Company Sarge's one life playthrough. This is our playthrough on legendary. We're nowhere near as skilled as he is, so I'm not going to take that risk. So moving forward here, hoping to see. Oh no, there's another guy here. Another guy just around the corner. Just checking if there's anyone in here, but just peeking around the corner, no one in there. So we're actually going to go for the Gian the Fist guy. He has the gloves of the pugilist. That we really want to check out, so we're actually gonna go in here. Right, get him. Oh no, I think did I hit him or did I miss? Okay, so he's gonna be after me now. So this is slightly problematic. And what I didn't mention is I only actually have a bow. That's the only weapon I have. But we actually managed to get him there. I think that's a mixture of our arrows and our follower. So we're now gonna upgrade our health, of course. We want both. We want sort of a fairly equal mixture of health, magicka, and stamina. Or maybe I won't go for illusion, although usually my go-to character is an illusion assassin. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the same thing here. So, just progressing forward now. I think the entirety of this first episode will be us going through the rat way. I don't think we're going to have time for much else really. And we're going to leave the next quest, the next big quest, which is Golden Glow Estate, for episode 2. So now we're going to be making our way up here. Now the door of the Ragged Flagon is right here, so here we are. So the lady is here, so we're going to want to be very careful. Luckily she still has quite low health, so she's going to be quite an easy proposition. Now she's down there, things really should not be so difficult. There you go. Hopefully one more arrow, another arrow, another arrow. Oh, and our follower gets him now. So that's good. She took so many arrows even when she was down there. It just shows. It just sort of shows how tough even these quite low down enemies are when they're on when we're on legendary difficulty. So now we actually head into the flagon. And now we're just ready to go into the Thieves Guild now. So the next section, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fast forward the dialogue, because I'm not so sure you're so interested in that. You probably heard a lot of it before, considering most of the people here are going to be avid Skyrim players. So I'm just going to go through that at some speed now. I'm going to put it on time 16 speed or whatever, and then you can just not have to see all the dialogue, because going off my personal experience of what I like in playthroughs, if I was watching a Skyrim playthrough, having played through the game umpteen times, as a lot of you would have done, I would just fast forward this bit anyway. But I just didn't want to cut it out completely, but I'm going to waste as little of your time as possible on this quest. This is the first quest. Essentially you need to extort money from 3 people within the hold of Riften, and you do this by sort of smashing someone's urn, threatening to smash someone's statue, and the third one that you go to should hopefully keel over fairly quickly. See, that statue took quite a few arrows, but you see when you go to Kiravo, she's heard about the other 2 situations, so she goes back quickly. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you next time with another episode or a build.